The Ross imposture, not wanting to have to rely on the story Chandler and Monica, but instead deciding to show its true form. The Ross imposture pulled its hair back, revealing it to have a large zipper on its forehead. Removing the zipper, the skin suit of Ross fell to the ground. Bought it from a skin shop over in Bikini Bottom in '97. Thought it would come in handy one of these days, the impostor said, as it fully revealed itself to the friends. It was a drumroll, please. Actually, don't. That makes feel very self-conscious. The impostor was Rap Rat the entire time. It was a sense now. Ross's sudden love for cheese, rude attitude towards his close friends, murderous tactics, and making a barbecue without inviting anyone. It all made sense. Rap Rat then began dancing like a madman as he proclaimed, "I am the talk of the town. I'm the history in making, and I'm yours of what's doing the talking." Chandler attempted to run past, which led Rat into cutting his ear off of his claw. "Wait your turn," Rap Rat yelled at the very top of his lungs. Rap Rat then approached to try and grab a hold of Rachel and went out of the apartment window to whiff her. Once outside the window, Rap Rat then proceeded to climb his way through the rooftops with Rachel in his claws. "What is this sick psycho playing?" Chandler asked, while watching the whole scene unfold from Ross's apartment window. "Oh gee, Chandler, I don't know, Tetris," Monica joked as she began making some phone calls. For some reason, the laugh finally decided to kick in after Monica had told the joke. The laugh track was so loud that I think I could tell there was only the one guy laughing. He sounded very wheezy and had no doubt that he would probably be tuberculosis. "Isn't that swell?" "Actually, no, that's really sad, and I feel like quite of a scumbag for having to say that remark." A helicopter then appeared above the apartment complex, and who it should be driving none other than Billy Bob Tanley and his BFF Otis. The helicopter was proper military helicopter, and it even had machine guns attached to it. Tanley then approached it and set fire on the machine gun and yelled, "Hey Spud, give me some beer!" Using the helicopter, Billy Bob Tanley was able to fire at least 1,000 rounds onto Rap Rat's body. But it was no use as they had no effect and seemed to make Rap Rat all the more angry. Thinking quickly, Billy Bob Tanley then turned to face Otis and asked, "Is there any more beer in the back, Otis?" "Yeah, man," Otis says as he handed Billy a big keg of beer. Billy then wiped a tear from his eye as he threw in the bag of beer directly at Rap Rat's face. Even as young as Rat, even before earning his dreaded swollen mouth, Rap Rat had always had fear of beer, and even the impact of the beer touching his face was enough to send Rap Rat flying off to the apartment complex. As he dropped Rachel, but she was rescued by a band of firemen who may or may not have been in the Mullinan family's payroll. One time will tell, however, but don't worry because trust me, I keep an active file. Wink Rap Rat fell for hours and hours upon screamed in pain as he finally made contact with the cold, hard pavement. With the help and informative FBI agent, Dave Norton, Rachel, Chandler, and Monica all got new identities, and they went to the witness protection program. The trio were then moved to North Yankton, where they got jobs as upcoming comics, like a smoky little bar come from the Smoky Burrito. Ironically, the bar then served no burritos, but they certainly served tennis balls, and you already know how I feel about them. The episode ended with no credits, but a small scene was then shown of Rap Rat's corners, or the autopsy table. Rap Rat's eyes had begun to flicker when they opened, and as the screen cut to black, a male voice can be heard saying in the background, in an overly serious tone, "He's Rap Rat, and he is the boss." Disgusted, I pulled out the shotgun and shot the projector, destroying it instantly. I intended on doing the exact same to the DVD itself, but Captain Crunch and Birdseye and had other ideas. Oh really? What is that? I inquired Captain Birdseye, suggesting to sell the DVD to President Jesus Quesadilla. What a terrible suggestion, I remarked, slapping Birdseye across the face 6 times, with all the sudden boat began to rock violently from side to side. Whoa, what's happening? Birdseye asked. Elsewhere, Savalo, who had climbed his way into the crow's nest and nearly cried, Whale! Whale! Could it be there they call Moby Duck? I asked myself, as Captain Birdseye and Captain Crunch readied their harpoons. Time to earn some whale bubbler, Captain Crunch proclaimed, as he began throwing the harpoons in the thin air. Captain Crunch is obsessed with whale bubbler, and he loves to rub it all over his mustache. It smells as his mustache stays smooth and soft like a bar of butterfly soap. The whale was exactly what Captain Crunch had described, which it was in a deleted scene, of course. The whale was as white as the moon, and the eyes were black as a back tooth. I named him Mo, so this so-called Moby Duck, it seemed to be the unstoppable as Captain Crunch. I managed to land 6 harpoons into the whale's back, but they had no effect. That's when Moby Duck leaped out of the ocean and flopped onto my DVD player, completely destroying it and the Friends DVD in the process. There goes my chance, Birdseye. Captain Birdseye then cried in despair, and then he sank to his knees. What are you talking about? Captain Crunch asked, to which Birdseye responded with, Those pricks were placed as their mascot with some talking bear named Jimmy Montgomery. He's a proper creepy polar bear that sits on people's fridges and tries to seduce them by posing like that from the board of Titanic. It doesn't help that prick sounds like a William Dafoe, but just as I thought, the entire boat was about to go under. I ran over to the front of the boat and saw that Moby Duck was swimming towards the sunset, while really smelly music played in the background. It was so smelly that in fact I ended up vomiting all over Stavlor. He didn't seem to mind, however, and looked over rather stupid. Then again, his looks can be deceiving, especially when Stavlor Tironi is involved. When I say that when I've only known the bugger for less than an hour, suddenly I could smell something burning. Now at first, like my rational person out there, I assumed to be someone burning their ham, of course, but I quickly realized that the boat was on fire. Thankfully, we had plenty of lifeboats on board, and we were all able to escape the burning boat unscathed. Upon reaching dry land, Stavlor pointed out a shotgun at me and says, Time's up, Captain Lancaster. Time's up? Wait, you bastard! You were playing this on me the entire time, weren't ya? I asked Stavlor, who proclaimed, Why, of course I was. I mean, how could it be otherwise? My father knew you would never get him the money back for his boat, so he hired me to lure you to a trap. Stavlor then continued with, I used that Friends DVD in order to distract you while we were both busting watching TV. Kevin Cruz then made a deal with that one they call Moby Duck. It's basically Kevin used a scuba diving outfit, went under the sea, and ran into Moby Duck, who was playing Twister in the middle of the Eastern Basin. Kevin then tricked Moby into thinking that I helped him Ahab with hunting down Moby's mother Duck, back in the summer to end all the summers. Back when Ahab had 2 legs and no one had to pay for air. Moby Duck destroyed the DVD while Sal's homie LB threw some Molotov cocktails at the back of my boat while I was busy vomiting all my guts out all over Stavlor. Okay, so what happens now? I asked, only to feel something hit the back of my head. I blacked out, and when I awoke, I found myself yet another boat, just north of Bikini Bottom. It was some kind of summer camp, or that's what I thought, what Captain Birdseye claimed it was. I'd rather be watching that bootleg Friends episode again than to be subjected in this line of torture. Stavlor Tironi was truly an evil bastard, and was forced me and my friends to make macaroni art. He was also very patronizing, as he would get right up on your face while you were busy working. "Oh, that's very good, Sir Birdie," Sal proclaimed, then caused Birdseye to start breaking down and start crying into his smelly sleeve, which was now covered in pot noodle sauce. Don't even think about trying to escape this, cause Sal to look at you with the smelliest face you had ever seen. It's so freaking bad that it would cause a red gaping hole to appear in your chest. It was the only thing to make the hole disappear, to sit your ass back down and carry on with your damn macaroni art. Now, believe it or not, Captain Crunch and I actually managed to escape for a brief moment, and we even managed to get on a rubber dinger built for two, but of course, we promised Captain Birdseye that we would come back for him as soon as the time was out. We barely got out even 2 yards before Sal and Kevin Cruz came rowing after us. Those two bastards pulled back onto the boat, and I'd rather get eaten by a shark, or maybe have my leg chewed off by that monster Moby Duck, than having to spend another minute with that frickin' boat with Savalone, Titorni, and Kevin Cruz. So it's like I said at the beginning, really. Friendship don't mean shit. If I had bothered finding my social club and tried my best to make friends, then none of this would have happened. How could I ever have been so stupid? I should have been smarter. I deserve better. And I know that deep down, capable of making smarter decisions than this. Well, readers, it's been fun, but I gotta go. It's time for us to sing campfire songs. That bastard Sal is so cruel, makes you sing on your own, even if you had addiction to painkillers. Also, Sal doesn't believe in medication, so he'll just throw your meds off the sea and laugh at you as you die from a stomach ulcer. Also, if you hear stuff about Stavlor Titorni making things better for Bikini Bottom, you don't believe a word of it. He may just think it's his reputation safe. But that day, I'll get him and that bastard father back for this. I can promise you that, my duckies. And that, my little pretties, was the one where Ross show his true colors. A Friends Lost episode, creepypasta, written by Matthew Bumford. My final thoughts on this story? Okay, I actually been wanting to read this for a while, so I am going to be doing so. My opinion, a pretty good funny pasta. I'm definitely saying that now, Matthew Bumford. God, it's been a long time since I last came across one of his stories and read one of his stories, so I decided to read this one. Now, this is not going to be a very long review, because, I had to split this story into 2 parts because of how long it is. But I could definitely say I really thought it was a really neat story. It has a good concept, the grammar is good, the sentence structuring was good, the storyline. I definitely had to see. This story was definitely really funny. I'm definitely gonna say that. This story was hilarious. I honestly had to practice reading this a bunch of times because I kept laughing so hard, especially with, the whole fact that Ross's imposture turns out to be Rap Rat. That's pretty funny, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty funny. And I could definitely say I haven't watched Friends in a long time, so yeah, my memory is not that great because I have not watched Friends in a long time. So yeah, to be fair, this story honestly had a pretty good pretty good concept. So with that being said, Matthew Bumford, awesome job with the story. Great job. I really do think that you did a pretty good job with the story. So, with that being said, like I said, this review is not going to be super long. And like I'm going to say before, this is just simply my own personal opinion. If you happen to disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas or funny pastas, whatever you prefer to call this one. And this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story is a 10 out of 10. Beautiful, well-made story, definitely a good one. I recommend you check this one out. It's flat out fantastic, and I really like this story. So with that being said, What did you guys think about this story? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? And also, what would you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.